the timer is running up. Dry River EGC. I don't know yet what the map is, but you're gonna see two Pro Scout civs on the map. I would say it's close to Rocky River, or I would expect. I'm quite not sure. But this map is has a lot of deer around the small river ponds or small water ponds, small ponds in the middle of the map. And oh, we are right? Yes, we are in the game. And we go into the casting overlay. Oh, well, okay. It's quite different. We have two deer packs on each side of the map, close together. And a couple of fishing spots in the middle. We see an harbor opening on side of Vegeta. Pretty good, because JD also gets 10 supply capacity by harbors. It's a French and JD, or French variant ability. So kinda nice thing here, because he saves some wood for building a house. Also gets another production building, or eco production building. And I mean, there are 2,000 food on each pond, or on this pond. Maybe not on each. Normally it's 2.5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2.5 on each pond. So it's very, very how to say, very much likely you will open with the harbor here, because it's worth it. And I'd expect that Vegeta will go for more than one, at least 2 or 3. Maybe not before he's aging up, but during an age up or something like this. Meanwhile, AKORS is going for a very classical build, obviously. Grabbing all the sheep, eating the sheep, getting some gold in, and I'd expect he is going for a Pro Scout play. And when he's doing this, because of the kinda late castle timing, he has the opportunity to grab a bunch of deer on the side, or on Vegeta's side. Because of the harbor opening, he will be delayed at least a bit later than he normally is, and Jushi always is a bit faster. So Jushi in this case, or in this scenario, might have a slightly pro scout advantage, but we will see how this advantage will pay off, because when Vegeta decides to go on more than one pond during the game, and gets also some deer next to this base, maybe 1.1 and 1.5 deers, he might in a pretty good spot, because of the ability of JD when he is level 2, and his concentration, I think it's called, for the buildings. He saves some resources, so it's kind of crazy how much JD can pump when he has a solid food income. I mean, Jushi can pump a lot because of his IOs and improvising, or supervising, not improvising, supervising the buildings. But JD constantly on all production buildings can save some resources. So it's maybe kind of a even situation. Boss civilizations in a way save some resources while producing units. So Jushi, because they get 20% off per drop, and JD once she is queuing a unit because of concentration. It's interesting, when I think about it. It's an interesting thing. Now there's getting a tower up next to the gold, so Vegeta wants to be safe, but it's quite an early tower because, I mean, what is he expecting AKORS is doing here? What's the reason he is going for the tower that early? Well, he is quite late with the age up because of the harbor opener. So there might be horsemen coming in, but I think if you scout pretty good, pretty well, what's the first unit which is coming out, you are in a spot you don't need to build a tower right now, and afterwards you should have knights on the field to protect your gold to be safe, so you don't need to invest that early. And at least now he should have the confirmation that there are not coming any horsemen that early, because Vegeta is going for the classical build, pumping out some AKORS, I mean. AKORS, however, pumping out some some scouts, getting them deer in. Interesting, AKORS decided to go for his own deer at first, not for the deer on the opponent's side, because if he did, I'm pretty sure he had a chance to get at least 1 or 2 deers from the other side. Because the night is quite late, but not that late as I expected, to be honest. I mean, quite late according to a standard opening. Getting more on gold, getting some pro scouts. Do we see some pro scouts? We don't see any pro scouts on side of Vegeta, I guess. So that's an interesting situation, or that can be there. Can become a very interesting situation now. Vegeta is not investing into pro scouts, it looks like. So he's pumping knights only. Because of his additional food income through all these pawns. Right? So, meanwhile, AKORS is investing in gold or resources in a technology to get some deer. Not only the technology to get the deer, also the food to get the guys who carries the deer, which let him fall behind in military. He to get the deer in, so which means he falls behind the military. That's what I wanted to say. And because of this, JD might have a good timing here. Pumping more and more military is now on 5 knights. Meanwhile, AKORS is only going for spears. I mean, that's the right call to get a defense, or to get to handle the amount of knights which coming in, but also we have some archers on Vegeta's side and JD as melee, which means her Q ability do quite a good amount of quite a good splash damage. So once the spears get into a charge against the military, they all get damaged by good ability, or good usability by JD, and the archers in the back may do the rest to kill all those spears. And once he is killing all those spears, not only JD gets XPs, the way is free to dive to the TC. We have enough gold for an age up 600, and soon we will have enough gold for an age up. First concentration we heard is out. Also first deer from opponent's side is coming in. 3 at least. Charge going onto the gold. Reaction is there in time. The heal is quite early. I'm not sure if he wanted to hit the heal in this situation right now. Age up is coming in, and once the age up is there, meanwhile the gold is untouched, but only 5 mils on gold. That might be a bit too less to build some knights or something, or some castle gold units to counter the amount of knights which are coming in now. So 8 on the field, 2 in queue. The archers trying to hit the spears. Tower gets torched down by the knights. So Vegeta decided or forces AKORS here into a fight. He likes to, but the tower is forcing JD, and once JD is dead, Vegeta might have a tough situation. Now JD does not gain any experience. According to his fight, bought instantly JD back, but a bit delayed, and yeah, no experience for JD to all those spears which died here. So once you dive a tower like this, I mean, the idea of the play, I guess it's pretty valid. I guess it's a good one. But also this means you have to be careful with your JD unit. Maybe charge in, take her back, go back in to get the focus fire onto a knight or something like this. Meanwhile, Vegeta is camping the gold vein of AKORS. AKORS has some passive gold here by his landmark, only 25 per minute, but it's a bit, quite a bit, and also the passive gold by IOs if he used them and collected. Next tower should be built next to the gold vein, but gets intercepted by a knight dive, and also here a knight get killed by the Shaolin monk, which does a huge amount of melee damage. Next dive should prevent a tower, but the tower at least comes up, and now we have 4 knights, 1 more in queue on AKORS side. It's all about gold control now. It's all about gold control, but also accepted 3 deers. AKORS did a good job collecting all the deer from the map, trying to rush up the next tower right behind the gold. I'm not sure why he's putting it that far behind. I mean, you could clear, you know, there are some golds. There's a Shaolin monk, so instead of this, you should maybe try to go on a gold like this, because that one won't get up at all. Vegeta is just camping there and waiting for his opportunity to do a big dive. Meanwhile, you don't have any gold income left, and yeah, the scouts are sitting on the mole. I mean, the scouts could be useful to tank some damage here. If there's coming in an A move or something like this. 24 experience gained for JD, killing a knight in this fight. Some spears dying there, dive onto the TC, and military count looks not pretty great for AKORS right here. Now the scouts are within the fight, and also the TC fire is their target fire. The JD, nope, maybe now not at all, but JD gets a lot of damage, and Vegeta is falling back. One knight is patrolling at the big gold vein, but still no control about the gold vein here in the west side of the base, and still no intention by AKORS to go out there. So interesting choice. Rough situation maybe. Not rough, not maybe, just a rough situation according to gold income. Meanwhile, we have concentration on 2 stables, constantly producing knights. No, he stopped producing knights. Maybe he wants to age up, not maybe, he wants to age up pretty soon and has still some gold left, but this is a classical situation. You have clicked the H up. I mean, as JD, you are in a slightly better position once you click the H up, because you need a much later transition to external gold resource. But he has to do it now, so he can click at least the veterancy upgrade for the knights. But I guess that's all. Right? Oh no. 125. Okay, and also the veterancy upgrade for the archers. Meanwhile, we were watching this. There's coming a big fight in front of the base of AKORS. Knights trying to chase JD, idling around the knights. Also, the spears waiting behind the fight gets killed by, or just target fired by JD. Two more concentrations are ready to use, not used yet. Now he uses one on the under staple and also on the archery range, so we might see a full commit on veteran knights pretty soon. Income and food situation pretty strong for AKORS, but gold situation is kinda weak, kinda bad, and also he has to move on another food resources now. Meanwhile, we have some farms already set up for Vegeta, and still one pond with two fishing boats working, and yeah, the other one is just running out pretty soon, so Vegeta should... I think he should think about moving on another one. Otherwise, he will have a big drop of food income pretty soon. On the other hand, he has 30 knights on the field. Veterancy knights nearly fully healed because of the technology, chivalry the French civilizations have. And yeah, AKORS now decided to move on to the tiny gold vein next to his base. JD level 3 get scouted the gold vein on the side, and AKORS gets pushed back of this gold vein as well, and not pretty often, but here we see how JD, how Chushi is getting kept into his base, because mostly they are the first one who oh, this is a lot of damage on the archer. I think you don't want to have that much damage on the archer. You don't want to lose not much archers before they are veterancy or any left, so you don't have any spear counter as well, because and especially because JD goes for the Gents Raiders to get a special unit against crossbows. I mean, they have 8 defense against range. That's kind of insane, but AKORS is not going for any range unit. He's fully committing to spears and some knights, and that's a rough combination against the combination at least Vegeta is playing. Accepted. Vegeta is adding some French crossbows, and the French crossbows, they will have pretty much fun with all this knights by Chushi in the field, so good combination. And we hear another concentration, also a relic coming in on a stable for Vegeta. Guildhall is still on food, bunch of villages on gold. Gold income should be nice. Food income is dropping quite a bit. I mean, that's the reason here. That's one reason. The one fishing pond is completely eaten or empty, and now he's going for some berries. Don't have any deer or something like this to access to. There's coming a crazy heal far away from his far away from his archers, which were back in the base, or back of in the back of his army, of his knights, but and get caught off guard. But the amount of knights, veteran knights, it's not fun to play against. And here comes the full dive with nearly 18. 18? Yes, 18 knights here in the base. 70 knights, I'm sorry. In the base of AKORS. And that might be it. I mean, 3 relics, but no military. Now we're here, Vololo. Oh, nice. Vololo, defend Vololo. Could not get any units, but forces Vegeta to go out of the... Another Vololo. More Vololos coming in. Not at all. And AKORS here calls the game. GG. Vegeta is winning game number 3 in this cube stage of low Elo Legends number 117 in 2025. Yeah, the harbor opening is quite good, quite strong. I mean, sure, this is the deal coming in, but let's see the food income. Yeah, so in the beginning, the food income was quite even because of the fishing. Once all the deers dropped on the mill and all the wills and wills are queued to the mill on the deer, the food income for AKORS is just kicking in quite strong, but overall it's not enough. The concentration for JD is much, or has a big impact, maybe a bigger impact someone expected. I'd be interested in I don't do the math, but what if, or what is the result once JD and Chushi both have the same amount of deer under the TC, and how much units they can can produce out of those 2 deer packs? Meanwhile, JD has a concentration on the stables, so cheaper units, and on the other side, Shushi has the 20% drop off. Is this a even situation, or is this still advantage for AKORS? I don't know. But could be more interesting than people, or could be surprising, maybe. Could be surprise, maybe people, or whatever, how to say. GG to both of them.